I regret taking time away from jiu-jitsu. If you're trying to get back into BJJ after taking time off, regardless how long it took, it is going to be hard. So I just wanted to give you my few tips on getting back into Brazilian Jiu Jitsu after taking a break. And in my case, by the way, I'm not in the same shape I was. I don't think my timing is there. Definitely forgot a lot of the stuff that I did. And by the way, I'm at a black belt level. So let that sink in to you all. At a black belt level, coming back to jiu-jitsu. And doesn't matter if you're a black belt or not. It's almost irrelevant to the story. But if you're coming back to jiu-jitsu, especially if you're going to a different gym, here are the 3 rules that I'm going to say to you. And this is something that I'm doing for myself to make sure that I follow. Number 1, you're not the same person you were when you were training in the tip top of your time before you left, right? Maybe you could have submitted everybody, or at least your peers, and you were running the show. This is not you now. So if you're going in and you're trying to get and be as competitive as you were, you're going to get crushed. There's no doubt about it. So the first thing I did, I came in and my goal for the class was like, listen, I just want to see if I could just make it through class without passing out from being so tired. And what I did not think is like, let me go and see how many black belts or purple belts or blue belts or white belts I could tap out as fast as I can. Do not do that, because you don't want to go into the jungle and try to take out or beat the top competitor in the class, right? Even if you do submit them on that day, they're not gonna like it, especially if you're new to the gym, and they're probably going to make your life a living hell. So instead of coming in and being like, let's see how many people I could crush, I came in with the idea, I'm just a student, I want to get back into shape, and I'm starting from the beginning. And so I did not roll with an ego, and if anything, I tapped way earlier than I should have, because the idea for me was, I'm just happy that I'm on the mat. Tip number 2, it's leaving your ego behind. And maybe you already knew that I was going to say that, or maybe you don't even have an ego, but you cannot learn and get back to where you were before if you're constantly fighting your ego and your insecurities, being a higher rank and not being able to tap everybody you want. Learning stops as soon as your ego gets in the way. So my strategy literally for this month, number 1, let me make sure I have enough cardio just to survive the class. Number 2, I'm literally focusing on being on the bottom and finding my defensive postures. I let the student who I'm rolling with do whatever the hell they want. I'll tap if they catch me. And I'm just focusing, hey, let me keep my body tight, let me find my defensive posture, and let me focus on survival. I do not rush. Half the time, I can't even escape like I used to. And so the idea for me right now is find my breath, find my calm, not freak out, be on the bottom, and find a defensive posture. And the goal is to make sure that whoever tapped me out, let's say the first initial 30 seconds, the next time we roll, it takes them a little bit longer. And that way, I'm not trying to attack them. I'm not trying to destroy them. They're getting something out of it. And I'm being very mindful about my training, which is let me get back into survival. And the third tip of getting back into jiu-jitsu, have a plan. Don't just show up to class and roll, right? You can, there's nothing wrong with that. But the most important part is to have a structured idea of what you want to accomplish. Now, when I was in the tip top of my game with my peers, my strategy, always start from the feet, always get the takedown. I'm either right away on mount if I did the takedown correctly, or they were able to recover guard and I'm on guard. So I'm aggressively trying to pass guard, get mount position and win. And that was then. Now my strategy is totally different. My strategy now, number 1, it's let me not gas out by the end of the round, and let me at least control my breath. Number 2, let me focus on finding my defensive posture on the bottom. Number 3, let me focus on escaping. If I could escape a bad position and get my opponent either to guard or reverse, I'm going to give it a try. And if that happens, I'm going to focus on maintaining that position and not even really focusing on the submission, especially not at this point. And then, you know what? They reverse me again. I'm on the bottom again, and I focus on that. So my literal initial goal for now is stay safe, try to escape, and then repeat. The goal for next month, next 2 months, is to get being comfortable on the bottom with all my peers. I don't care if they tap me, it doesn't matter. But I want to have a structured approach to my learning and my training. And maybe you have a different approach and different strategy, but at least you need it. Anyway, I wanted to make this video because I got back into Brazilian Jiu Jitsu after all this crazy stuff that happened in my life. I'm getting my butt kicked. It's pretty enjoyable still. And I feel like, at that point, if I wanted to prove something, I couldn't, because I took 4 years off Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, which is a long time, especially being a black belt. And so put the ego aside, have fun with it, have a strategy, and get to it. And if you like this video, smash the like button. Let me know if you want to see me continue making other videos. I know there's so many other great, amazing Brazilian Jiu Jitsu instructors. So the idea for me, I don't know all the answers. I just want to give you my thoughts based on my experience, and especially if someone who used to do Brazilian Jiu Jitsu and is finally looking to get back into it. So thanks for watching. I'll see everyone later.